morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Planned talks between Greek farmers and Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis collapsed at the last minute today after the majority of protesting farmer roadblocks announced they would not attend the scheduled meeting at the Maximos mansion. Instead, the Prime Minister is set to meet at 3 p.m. with representatives from a minority group of protesters from Macedonia and Crete who have publicly supported dialogue. The breakdown follows more than 6 weeks of nationwide farmer protests, including highway blockades, and centers on disagreements over representation and the structure of the talks. The government proposed holding 2 separate meetings with different protest groups. Most agricultural union leaders rejected that plan and called instead for meetings divided by profession. No compromise was reached. Following the collapse, both sides exchanged accusations. Government officials said union leaders showed no willingness to engage in dialogue, while farmers accused the government of attempting to divide the movement. The government noted it had proposed talks as early as December 6 under the condition of agreed representation and specific demands. A rare and powerful tornado struck the northern Greek city of Alexandropoli late Saturday, causing widespread damage to homes, businesses, and public infrastructure. Wind gusts reached speeds of up to 130 kilometers per hour. Epthimios Lekas, head of Greece's Earthquake Planning and Protection Organization, said the tornado was intensified by climate instability, which had increased the frequency and strength of extreme weather events. Lekas explained the tornado formed from converging air masses and strong atmospheric instability, amplified by the marine environment of the northern Aegean Sea. Officials report winds gained additional strength over nearby islands, creating powerful vortices within the city. Gusts reached force 12 on the Beaufort scale, uprooting trees and turning large objects into dangerous projectiles. Lekas noted that while tornadoes are not entirely new to the region, their growing intensity presents serious risks in urban areas, highlighting the need for updated civil protection planning. Alexandropoli's mayor confirmed severe damage, including destruction at the local airport and extensive tree loss as the municipality continues assessments and prepares to declare a state of emergency. Police have launched an urgent search for a 16-year-old girl who has been missing since January 8th in Patras, prompting the activation of an Amber Alert. Laura Lomtev was last seen that morning leaving her home in the Rio area, where she was expected to return to school after the Christmas holidays. Authorities say she moved to Patras from Germany with her family 3 years ago. Investigators have obtained video footage showing Laura in the company of an adult male estimated to be around 60 years old and another minor girl. Reports indicate she may have traveled to Athens by taxi. Police say the involvement of adults has raised concerns for her safety. Authorities also report that Laura deactivated her social media and email accounts before leaving and took her passport with her. According to the Amber Alert, she is 1.6 meters tall with reddish blonde hair and blue eyes. She was last seen wearing a blue jacket and black jeans. Anyone with information is urged to contact police or the European Missing Persons Hotline. Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis was in Madrid yesterday, where he met with Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez to discuss bilateral cooperation. Mitsotakis noted that his visit, the first official Greek prime ministerial trip to Spain in 13 years, reflects a shared desire to strengthen ties between the two countries. During the meeting, Mitsotakis highlighted Greece's role in boosting Ukraine's energy security through so-called vertical energy corridors and exchanged views on developments in the Middle East, emphasizing the need for peace, stability, and the disarmament of Hamas. He also addressed questions on southern European cooperation in the EU, stating that countries including Greece and Spain now lead Europe in growth rates while reducing debt and borrowing costs responsibly. On Venezuela, Mitsotakis stressed the importance of de-escalation and a smooth transition to a democratically legitimate government. Regarding Greenland, he said its future concerns Greenland and Denmark, and Europe must defend the territorial integrity of its members while seeking mutually beneficial Arctic security solutions with NATO, the EU, and the US. Taxi services across the Athens metropolitan area have come to a halt today as drivers begin a 48-hour strike scheduled to continue through Wednesday. The action was announced by the taxi drivers' unions, which warned the stoppage could mark the start of rolling strikes if their demands are not addressed by the government. A central issue is the planned mandatory transition to electric vehicles. Drivers are calling for the deadline to be extended to 2035, citing high vehicle costs, limited charging infrastructure, and rising electricity prices. They argue the current timeline threatens the economic viability of many professionals. Taxi unions are also demanding clearer rules distinguishing licensed taxis from private rental vehicles with drivers. They say point-to-point transport should remain exclusive to taxis and are calling for stricter operating conditions for rental services. Additional demands include access for occupied taxis to bus lanes and fairer tax treatment, including a higher tax-free income threshold. Union leaders say further action will depend on the government's response. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.